How y'all doing? GBB here. So today we're going to be talking about woods, more specifically woods camping spots. All these spots I'm going to show you have been proven to work by either me or other guys that I know, and they will all be kind of centered around Shooterborn Heaven. I mean, it is woods. There's a million and one spots you can camp. These ones are a little extra special for you. That said, some of these you may need something like an L1 injector to get up to if your strength isn't high enough. But before we get into it, if any of these are useful to you, appreciate if you hit that like, maybe even hit that subscribe. I come out with new videos every Friday. I also stream over on Twitch. Okay, so first off, gonna be over here kind of in between the checkpoint and scav house. Obviously you can get on top of this rock and get some good vantage points, but you do kind of stick out. So what I like to do, what I want to show you guys, is if you go down here by this tree, you actually kind of go prone and then push just forward enough to where you kind of stick out of the grass, and then when you aim down your scope, it actually cuts a lot of the grass out of the way, so you can get a good view of this whole ridge area. Next, over here by what I like to call outpost, there's that ridge area we were just looking at from over by that rock. You come by this tree where it's just on the ledge. I like to lay down right here. You get some good coverage from that area by using the side of the hill, and this is really good, honestly, for killing scavs on woods if you need to. Next, over between the checkpoint and the outpost, you have this fallen over tree. You can actually go up this tree. You do have to watch out, because eventually you kind of start going forward once you get up by this other tree, where you can actually like fall through the very top portion of the tree. You'll more than likely break, if not black out your legs. But if you're up there, you actually have a really good vantage point of this whole wooded area. And I will say, unless somebody has a thermal scope or knows of this spot really well, people are not going to see you up here. Next, you have over here between outskirts, Deadman, and the dock, what we used to call pebbles. You can get up in this little bush, and you can wait for people to try to extract. Kind of extract camping, whether you're into that or not, it works. So people come along the beach that way, or people come through these little trees over here. And then really, if you wanted to, you can also sit here and look through the bush over towards the outpost. Next will be down here in this little swampy area by the big rock down by the lake. You come out to this little peninsula style area right next to this tree, go to the right of it, you can prone and crawl out. They crawl out far enough, use your scope, and it cuts a lot of the grass out. You can see the van and that whole ridge line, and even the beach. If you get the outskirts spawn, this is a great place to go to if you have a long range rifle. Then this one's a little more popular, but you have the lake rock, like I'd call it. You can go up here and get a nice vantage point over that whole other area. This place is a little more dangerous, a little more well known, so you don't want to stay up there forever. But you can see there's also two other areas over here where you can come up, go prone, and get a good vantage point. Now you have what they call Dickhead Rock. This works really well for hunting Sturman at the beginning of a match, or for killing PMCs a little bit later. If you go up here, you jump on this part, and then lay down. You can see that whole far ridge. It doesn't work that great if you have a thermal, because it's kind of right on the edge of the thermal's range out there. But while you're up here, you have this rock kind of giving you cover, and then if Sturman's down here, he tends to hit the rock right in front of you. Hits a little low. So I've actually never been killed by Sturman up here, and I've killed him numerous times for tasks. Then we have on the other side of Sawmill, this little rock up here. I like to throw my backpack down right there, go prone here, and you get a pretty good vantage point. You get a good vantage point of Lake Rock, what I like to call Mini Sniper, and then also down into it where the violet keycard spawns. A lot of time if people are coming up on you, you will hear them before, and you'll either be able to get a drop at them if they're coming towards this spot, or they'll go through this high traffic area to your left. It's up here at Spine. There's a bunch of places on Spine you can actually camp on, but one of my favorites is over here. Make this jump, and then jump onto this little area right here. Similar to how Dickhead is, you get a little bit more cover to your left there, and you get a good vantage point of this whole area. Now you will see scavs here, so they can be kind of annoying, but you get a good view of the lake rock, this high trafficked area up in front of you, and then also the little sniper, and then right into Sturman's warehouse, or Silver, whatever you want to call it. Next, this is in front of Spine. This little group of trees right here, I actually found if you go to this one in particular and lay down, you get a really good view of this whole area in front of Spine. Like I said, this area is pretty high traffic with PMCs. You can actually see down to the other rock where I was at earlier, and you're pretty well concealed. Not too many PMCs are going to be looking there. So obviously you have Sniper Rock, but I honestly don't like using it unless I'm going to go over here. So if you aim for that little ledge right there, you can actually run and jump. And then it takes a little bit of finagling, but eventually you can jump up and go up a little higher. And then you're on this little plateau area. You can snipe from here, get a kind of a different vantage point on the side. Or if you really want to, do another little run jump. And then you can shoot right at the sawmill. Now we're over at the fob. There's a couple ways you can get up here. This is the way I like to do it. You jump on this box, jump on this dumpster, on this container, and then up here. Now you do stand out a little bit up here, but you do get the best view. You can get a couple shooterborne heaven shots or whatever out of those fields if people are coming towards it, especially if you get here early. But if you want to be a little safer, you can actually jump down here onto this mesh. Now this would be more of an ambush. Like if you're waiting for people to come in, then you can kind of, you know, stand up and take care of them. But then you have also this where you can do 360 spins and you're a little more concealed with a little bit more view. So best of both worlds. Next over here by RUAF. If RUF is a extract, if it's available, if it has a green smoke, it's great. You can come over here and lay down and you get a pretty good vantage point. Doesn't really work for thermals, but if you have a regular scope, you can see the whole other edge of the lake over towards the lake rock, along the beach and up in the sawmill, these little ridges up here, and then the beach and the fob. So a lot of times you'll catch people coming from the beach and trying to extract RUAF. Next, we're going to be up here at the Scav Village. At this first house, you can jump on this grocery cart and then get up on the blue fence. Follow this fence along to the shed. And then jump on this little overhang. And right on top of the house. Once you're up here, you can actually see the car extract from here. So if you want to extract camp that, you can. You also have a really good view of the whole area surrounding the village. This one's a little easier, but you can jump on this wagon, on the shed, on the other shed. If you want, you can stay right here, or if you want to get a little higher, you can jump across here on this little overhang to the next overhang, and then up onto this house. Now, if you really want to get creative, you can actually come down here and then jump right into this tree as well. I've never seen anyone else be in this tree, but it's a pretty nasty spot. Not a whole lot of vantage, but people will definitely not notice you. Next, you can get onto this fence over at this last house. There's a couple different ways you can get up it depending on your strength. Wrap around, get on this shed. I do find this jumps easier to make backwards. And then, if you want to go further, you can run and jump onto this house. And furthermore, if you want to get even further, you can run and jump onto this house. Basically have your entire squad sitting on top of houses. One last little spot I want to show you in this town. You can get on this green truck right here and then jump right into this tree. Now, I think this is a little close to the extract to get shooterborn and heaven shots, but if you're just going for kills, by all means, it'll work great. Now we're up here at the USEC camp. This is the back part with the medical spawns. You can actually get on top of this rock right here and go prone. This one works pretty well early in the raid because you got the guys on the other side of the camp rushing it. But you can see right on top of that rock where those gun parts spawn. And then if anyone's coming from the front part of USEC towards you. Also, if you look over to the left, you can see right down to Prapper's convoy. And then you can see right over into parts of the Scav bunker. Over here, we're on top of that rock we were looking at earlier. If you wanted to, you can sit up here, but the spot I want to show you guys is going to be right over here. You can actually come down here and drop right down at this little ledge. I like this. I've never seen anyone else use this spot. You have a real good view of the road, as well as that little plateau spawn over there where people like to sit sometimes. And also, you can see people coming from the front side of the USEC camp. Now we're over that little plateau I was just pointing at. You can come over here to these rocks and jump up and get right on this little flat spot up here. And see right into USEC camp. This works well if you spawn at plateau and you want to catch the guys that spawn on the other side of USEC camp. You can also see the road fairly well, as well as the fields leading to the road, in case you want to ambush some guys coming from that direction. Next over here, this is that little rocky area right behind Dickhead. This one's kind of tricky to find at first, but if you look in offline, it shouldn't be too bad. See this tree and this bush, this little like mossy diagonal rock. You can lay right on it, go prone, and get a perfect view of Sniper Rock. So there's the one upper part I showed you guys. There's the other upper part that I jumped over to. And then there's the main Sniper Rock. I hope these help you guys out. Use them to camp, or at least now you know of them so that you don't get camped from them. If you haven't already, maybe consider hitting that like, hitting that subscribe. Maybe leave a comment about a spot that I may have missed that you'd like to share with everybody. Get enough of them, maybe come out with a part 2. But until then, I will catch you guys next time.